Muhammad ﷺ stayed in Mecca for 13 years. All what we have seen during that time was the talk about the Aqidah and building the faith, a strong foundation for the Muslims. And then he migrated to Al-Madinah. And we have seen a new approach to establishing Islam. And we have seen a shift in the themes and in the talk about things that were not talked about in Mecca. So we could go on, and Sayyid Qutb in his interpretation, may the mercy of Allah be upon him, explains that the society, there were weaknesses, and there were good people, and there were bad people, and there were people who mixed good with bad. I leave the door for my brother Dr. Nabil to come and shed some more light into this area.
The work of Sayyid Qutb in his book Milestone, when he spoke about the unique Quranic generation, the chapter unique Quranic generation in his book, a landmark book actually, a Milestone, he said that I studied this phenomena. This society was unique, not repeated nor resembled in the human history. Why those Sahaba, those followers of the Prophet, reached to those skies as high as we see. But Sayyid's work actually stands unique in our century when it talks about how to understand Islam and how to practice Islam. And this particular book, I encourage everyone to read it and to ponder upon it.
You have major milestones in the history of Islam. You got to be aware of these major milestones in the history of Islam. And let's focus on the milestones in Medina for now. You have the Hijrah. You have the Battle of Badr. You have the Battle of Uhud. You have after that a major event that every Muslim should be aware of, which is the 5th year, the Battle of Al-Khandaq, the trench. Why is that is a major milestone? Because the Prophet ﷺ wanted it to be so and predicted it to be so. And said, from now on, it's going to be a different stage. From now on, none will come and invade us. We'll go to them. So it was a major change in the history of Islam, from being on the defensive into being on the offensive.
It's also important to remember that our duty is to help, and helping is done through, of course, we cannot help in any way except by donation right now. We have seen people standing in front of soldiers without nothing except with a few stones ready to get martyred for the sake of Allah. So it's our duty to help them, and it's our duty to help the Islamic Association for Palestine, Al-Ittihad Al-Islami li Palestine. So please send your money to the occupied land fund, and we have the address written right now. It's the occupied land fund. Send it to the Muslims. Give as much as you can. It's our duty to help, and it's our duty to remember that Allah asked us to, ordered us to help those who are fighting for His sake. May Allah give us His victory, inshallah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Yes, I think I'll become a Muslim. And then they told me what to say. They said, you merely have to say that you believe that there are no gods but God, and that you witness that Muhammad is the messenger of God through whom this Quran was revealed, the scripture. And I did, and then they taught me how to say it in Arabic, and that's how I became a Muslim.
Since then, faith has been a matter of practice for Lang's spiritual growth. He goes to the masjid almost every day to perform his prayers. Ahmed Ghazali, Muslim Student Association president and its Central Zone representative, states that Dr. Lang is completely involved in their activities and decision-making process.
Dr. Lang is completely involved in the decision-making process we have. He's also one of the 3 imams we have who give Friday speech. he's really very active in our community.
إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما.
Lang is also faculty advisor for the Muslim Student Association chapter at the University of Kansas.
Again, thank you very much. If you have any donations, please write your check to Afghan Mujahideen. Send it to Islamic Center of Lawrence, Lawrence, Kansas, 66044.
We are trying, of course, to support them by donations, collecting money from all over the world, medical support, financial support, clothing support, food support, even weapon support if we can pay for it. As we are Muslims, Allah ordered us to do this in Quran, that Muslims are all brothers, and it is our duty to give all kind of support. Not only by this, we also support them by men as well, volunteering to make jihad, perform jihad in the sake of Allah, to defend this religion, great religion of Islam, against the communism, the non-believers.
What do you mean by supplying them with men? Do you mean there are other people who are fighting in Afghanistan in addition to the Afghani people?
Yes, of course.
Are they from different nationalities? Or
yes, they are from all kind of nationalities. Those who are all Muslims who came to perform the jihad, which is part of our religion, Islam, to fight for the sake of Allah, to defend our religion. Since our brothers in Islam in Afghanistan are in need of us, it is our duty to serve them, to do our best, and to share with them in jihad.
Okay. Do you have any people from the United States?
Yes, we do have some, not many, but we do have some people, some Muslim Americans who have shared, volunteered themselves. They came over there, and now they are sharing in jihad. And they have learned how they were trained on how to use weapons, and they are sharing now with their brothers, Mujahideen.
I promise the last question.
No problem. The Americans say no sweat, man.
If somebody wants to help,
yes,
say a Muslim wants to help the Afghani, what kind of help he would be able to give? Could he go himself and fight there?
Yes, he could go himself and fight. We welcome him. It is fardain now, it is obligation that all Muslims help the Afghanis. So he should go and fight himself. Not only this, he can also donate with his money.
Well, we thank you very much, and indeed the meeting with you was very informative and very helpful in understanding the problem of the jihad in Afghanistan.
What kind of government would you like to go along with this religious belief then, if you were to...
An Islamic government. An Islamic government that is abiding by Quran, our holy book. This is what we have been dreaming. This is what why we have sacrificed ourselves in their fighting.
Do you feel closer then to the United States form of government in terms of, would you rather have a democracy and have America help you? Is that what would be... to help your cause? Would that help?
No, I don't think this will help, because I think that we do not need democracy. We need Islamic government.
Okay, but do you see an end to this?
Yes.
Do you see an end?
Yes, I see an end is the continuation of jihad, starting this Islamic regime, which is going to be the first true Islamic government, not just by name. If our brothers continue having this jihad, inshallah, shortly, not in long time, we will take over the regime in Kabul, and it's going to be an Islamic government where all the people will see the great light of Islam. Okay. Read how great our religion is, how peace we love, how much we love.
Can I ask you a question? Peace. I want to talk about the problems there now.
Yes.
Do you see all this? Do you see this killing coming to an end at all?
Yes.
That's what I'm wondering. Or will you keep fighting until? Is this document worth nothing? Signing this truce?
To Mujahideen, it means nothing, because they have decided to continue their jihad regardless of this agreement.
All right. Well, thank you very much. And good luck.
Thank you.
Okay.